talent.
What's going on, guys? Chris Speed here. So I just wanted to give you a quick tip on how to improve your back strength for Olympic lifts, powerlifts, and even team sports if you need to improve your strength in the quickest way possible. So one of the best movements to improve the strength of our posterior chain for jumping, for sprinting, for Olympic lifting and powerlifting when it comes to squats and deadlifts is obviously going to be to do some deadlifts or some kind of deadlifting work, some kind of heavy full body pulls. So one of the things that we need to think about when we want to build as much strength as possible is we're trying to teach our body to move more and more weight, to produce more and more force, to move a larger load. So one of the things that some people actually forget, because it seems like such a simple thing that sometimes gets overlooked, is in order to teach your body to move a heavier weight, you need to train with heavier weights. So one of the best ways to do that in a deadlift is to actually reduce the range of motion within reason, so that you can move a larger load while still including the hip hinging and kind of back extension or postural element of a deadlift. So for most people, until you get very, very advanced, or unless your levers kind of just serve you better pulling off the floor, you're going to find that doing a deadlift from around sort of like the knee position, so about here to here, so either just below the knee or just in front, is going to produce a heavier load, or you're going to be able to produce more force from that position than you're going to be able to from the floor or even from a deficit, let's say. This isn't the same for everyone, but it's mostly, like, as a rule of thumb, this is usually how it is. So what we want to do when we're trying to build as much strength as we can in a deadlifting pattern is we want to look at the movements that we can recover fairly well from, that are fairly safe, but let us move the heaviest load possible. And one of the best ones, in my opinion, that I found recently for improving the strength in my back, the whole of my back, not just lower back, but my whole back, so my lower back, my mid back, my lats, my rhomboids, my upper back, my traps, has been block pulls, both with a snatch grip and a clean grip. Now, the reason for this is because as soon as you get to that point in the knee, your quads, your legs don't actually do that much to drive the weight up, because their job's kind of done. When you're doing a snatch or a clean, the legs come back in as you go to extend up onto your toes. But once you get to the knee position, it's mostly hips and back that are controlling that bar's movement. So by starting on that point, not only do you isolate or focus all of the tension in the exercise on the muscles you're looking for to be strong during a deadlifting pattern, but you're also making sure you can move more weight. So you're isolating the muscles that you need, and you're able to use more weight through it. So when you go back to the floor to deadlift again, then you're going to find your posterior chain is much stronger and able to move more weight off the floor. Block pulls, for some reason, for me also seem to be a movement I can recover from a lot better than pulling off the floor. I don't really know why. There's probably some science to it. I don't know what it is, but I always feel better pulling from blocks than I do from the floor. I find that if you do a lot of block pulling work, whether it's for volume, whether it's for reps, whether it's for speed, that it transfers over better to your lifts from the floor, because your back's now strong enough to hold that position. And when you get to the knee, it feels like a block pull, because you're so used to having the weight go from there, that if you can get it to the knee, you have that confidence, you'll be able to stick with it, keep your shape, and explode through. So if you're struggling to increase your back strength, or you just need to improve it at an accelerated rate, and you're looking to really push how much you can deadlift, how much you can hinge, or just the general strength in your posterior chain, try those block pulls from just below the knee with both a snatch and a clean grip. And if you're a sumo deadlifter, it might be worth trying them with that as well. But give them a go. They really do work at an accelerated rate compared to doing deadlifts just off the floor.